Here's another pretty cool find. I saw this sitting on the shelf and thought, wow, that's really cool. I gotta have that. It's EcoQuest International Living Proof Simulating Living Air's Revolutionary Technology. It's like a demo. It's a little demo box for, it seems like an Ionic air cleaner technology. It's got buttons for the ion antenna, a needlepoint ionizer right there, and smoke. That's a fun button. So it turns on this little smoke generator. Yeah, and it looks like it's rechargeable. It's got some batteries in there. Its model number is Living Proof Rechargeable, 12 volt DC. It doesn't seem like it was inspected. EcoQuest International. Yeah, it's 14 volt DC max, 3 amp fuse. So it's kind of an interesting little gadget. Go ahead and turn it on. Get some smoke first. This thing has obviously reached the end of its life because it really doesn't generate much smoke at all. And it's got to warm up. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing much at all right now. It was putting out a couple little thin wisps of smoke earlier. That's not, doesn't seem to be doing anything at all right now. So, that's kind of sad. We'll definitely have to, I've measured this, and it's about 5 amps at, or I'm sorry, 3 amps at about 10 to 11 volts. So I'll have to maybe put a capacitor across that in reverse and make our own smoke for this little thing. We'll see what happens. Aha! It wasn't making any smoke because the power jack is loose in the back and it wasn't actually on. Now we've got a light. Let's see if we get any smoke. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. A little thin wisp flattening out at the top there. Sinking back down. That's kind of fun. But that's about all it does. It doesn't really do anything truly visible. A little wisp. Then we can turn on the ion antenna. That's this guy over here. And we'll turn on the needlepoint ionizer. There goes the smoke, all swirling around and supposedly disappearing into thin air. If only it were that simple. I don't know if you can hear that high-pitched whine. It's about the pitch of the high frequency pitch of a CRT. So, you know, I wonder if there's maybe a flyback in there. I assumed it would be just a little voltage tripler or a little ion generator. Like you'll find in a cheap air purifier or something. But judging by the frequency I'm hearing, there may be a flyback in there. We'll have to see. Let's go ahead and open it up. Alright, got it all opened up. And yeah, there's actually 2 small flybacks in here. I don't know if trying to find something to compare to those. Here's the chunky pen. You know, it's maybe they're maybe 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, tiny little flybacks. This one, it looks like it's driving either a voltage doubler or tripler, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. And that's going to the ion generator, the little needle in there, so that, you know, maybe 10 or 15 kV. I don't know. Coming out of there. And this one drives the little antenna in there, and that's just connected directly. So yeah, and then here's the bottom of the smoke generator. It looks like it's just a little coil of wire. Let me actually open this up here. Oh man, that smells. I just let all the smoke out. But yeah, it's just a little coil of, looks like insulated wire that just heats up and smokes. You can see the burnt insulation on there. That's kind of a weird way to do that. I mean, it obviously has a finite lifespan. It's only going to burn, you know, it's only going to melt so much of that insulation to create smoke. And you know, it obviously doesn't seem to be doing much in the core of the bundle there. Camera won't focus that close, but yeah, kind of interesting. And there's a little, I guess a little neon bulb on here. I don't know what exactly that's doing, because it's not actually, it's just both leads are connected directly to the output of that flyback in parallel with this antenna, so, which actually looks like it's just an off-the-shelf fan, like computer fan guard. It's funny. But yeah, it's just connected up to that one binding post there. So it lights up a little bit. I guess maybe it's just there to indicate that the antenna's activated. I don't know what else what other purpose it might serve, or just to prove that there's lots of electricity zinging around in here. I don't know. Yeah, we've got some battery charging circuitry and a low battery alarm. There's a safety cutoff switch for when the lid is open underneath there. Here's our huge battery pack. I guess it's probably, I'm going to guess those are probably NiCads, nickel cadmium. Oh yeah, nickel cadmium, you can see it right there. 12 volts, 800 milliamp hours. Yeah, these are probably bad by now. The fact that they threw this thing out, it's probably indicative of that. So yeah, it might be fun to because it's some pretty simple circuitry. It just looks like just a couple of maybe MOSFETs or something. I'd have to look into those. Some simple circuitry driving these flybacks here. You know, I'll have to look into the flybacks. Maybe it's possible to make make some use of this if it's if the current output and everything is decent on these. They're pretty small, so I wouldn't expect much from them, but you know, maybe it'd make a fun high voltage project. You know, I wouldn't have to do a crazy custom flyback driver, because you know, this is all pretty tiny circuitry. You could easily put in a project box, or even just use this. Really. But yeah, I thought that was a kind of fun little piece of equipment. You know, and if I take everything out of it, this would be a nice display box for something, some old vintage piece of equipment or something. I don't know. Yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. And, maybe a source of parts for a future project. Thanks.